Hardly anybody here. Oh, here we go. Amy and Ziona. Okay. A Zoom user. A mystery congregant. Yeah, I sent a few hugs too. Yeah, Ziona's fur baby, Sunny, died on Tuesday night. I had, by the way, I want to tell you something. I had a puppy, a very tiny little puppy, poodle. And we had just gotten her, and she ate the wrong thing, I guess, and got sick overnight. And I was about 11 or 12, I guess, on my way to school, and my dad said, "You want to go with me to the vet?" And with her name was Tippy, and she actually died in my arms. But when we got to the vet, he said, "Hold on a minute," and he went and he got a teaspoon of brandy and poured it down her throat, and she just came back to life immediately. Little miracle dog. Hine matov. to see you, Ray. Welcome. Erev Tov, but it's probably much later at night for you. Anyhow, Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam va'ed. Praise be the one to whom our praise is due. Praise be the one to whom our praise is due, now and forever. Ahavat Olam. Ah, darn it. Why does it do that? I don't know. Hold on a moment. This is so nuts. I try to turn a page and it goes to an entirely different website. Maddening. And I can't get the book back. I'm sorry, folks. You're just going to have to read from mine. Which is fine with me. I hate trying to turn two pages at the same time. So, your love has embraced us always, in wilderness and promised land, in good times and in bad. Night and day your Torah sustains us, reviving the spirit, delighting the heart, informing the soul, opening the eyes, granting us a glimpse of eternity. Because of your love, we shall embrace Torah night and day, in devotion and delight. Beloved are you, Adonai, whose Torah reflects your love. Shema. Ray says, midnight Maariv in Scotland. And I guess it's, let's see, 8 o'clock in the morning or so, a little bit after 8 in Japan in the morning. And that's where Reba is. Okay. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Listen, Israel. Adonai is our God. Adonai is one. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivteka b'veiteka u'v'lekteka v'derek u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'ksharta mleot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'einecha וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. You shall love Adonai your God with all your mind, with all your soul, and with all your strength. Set these words which I command you on this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be a symbol before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. Thus you will become holy to your God. I, Adonai, am your God who brought you out of Egypt to be your God. I, Adonai, am your God. Adonai Elohechem emet. Adonai, your God, is true. Micha mocha. Got a job. Yay! Yahoo! Woo! I'm so glad. Who is like you, Adonai, among all that is worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? I knew I hadn't heard from you for a few days, so I didn't know if it was going to be bad news or good news. Yes! Hashkivenu. And by the way, hi Susie. Yes, it is a gorgeous day here, isn't it? And Albert, love you. O God, you are a consolation to your creatures, for in moments of forgetting, we but call to mind your care and we're comforted. When we hope no more, a pattern in the snow reminds us of your loving kindness. Your dawns give us confidence, and sleep is a friend. You're here. We fail words to say, Ma Tov. Baruch atah Adonai, haborei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. You see what our community can do for each other? God, that's so great. I'm so happy. Yitkada v'yitkada shemei rabbah, ve'alma divra kirutei ve'amlik malchutei, dekayekon v'yomechon uv'chayid kol bed Yisrael, bagala bagala uvizman kariv v'meru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lam ve'amaya yitbarach yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitpav yitrobam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei kedusha b'richu לילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונקמתה, דמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. The Amidah. Adonai siftai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Hayel Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim ve'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Kasei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevii Geula Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Nekaye Hakol atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Nekakeo Chaim Bekesed, Nekaye Hakol Berakamim Rabim, Zomek Nofelim Verofei Kolim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Mekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Bikamoka Bagivurot, U'Midom Elak, Melech Memit U'Mekayeh, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'Ne'eman atah le'akayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai Nekayeh hakol. Take a moment now to say your own private prayer from your heart. Oseh Shalom bimromav, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel, ve'imeru Welcome, Marvin. Erev Tov. I will do a little Torah thing for you. This is from Chaye Sarah. This is the this week's Torah portion. I'll be reading from Genesis chapter 24, verses 53 through 58. And it's about Rivka. I think. No, wait a minute. It's about Rivka or Rebecca. Yeah. Rivka is Rebecca. Uh, and okay. Yeah, where's my, oh, there it is. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, ve'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. 1 second. Amen. ויוצא העבד כלי כסף וכלי זהב ובגדים, וייתן לרבקה ומגדנות נתן לאחיה לאמה ולאמה. ויאכלו וישתו הוא והאנשים אשר עמו וילינו, ויקומו בבוקר ויאמר שלחוני לאדוני. ויאמר אחיה לאמה תשב הנערה איתנו ימים או עשור אחר תלך. ויאמר עליהם אל תאחרו אותי, ואדוני הצליח דרכי, שלחוני ואלך לאדוני. ויאמרו נקרא לנערה, ונשאלה את פיה, ויקראו לרבקה ויאמרו אליה התלכי עם האיש הזה, ותאמר אלך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. And the translation. When Abraham's slave heard their words, he bowed low to Adonai and brought out silver and gold objects and articles of clothing. Now this is the servant that Abraham sent to find a wife for Isaac. And to her brother and mother he gave precious gifts. So he and the men with him ate and drank and stayed overnight. When they got up in the morning, he said, "Send me off to my master." Her brother and mother said, "Let the girl stay with us another few days, 10 perhaps. Afterwards she may go." But he said to them, "Do not delay me. Now that Adonai has cleared the way for me, send me off and let me go to my master." They answered, "Let us call the girl and see what she has to say." So they called Rebekah and asked her, "Will you go with this man?" And she said, "I will go." I find that in a little bit of discourse very interesting, because why did they want her to stay? Was it a question of morality? Um, they'd
Well, about
already figured out the contractual agreements, but Rivka wanted to go. I find that kind of interesting because later on, it turns out that her brother was kind of a nasty guy. he did all kinds of stuff. Tried to cheat Jacob later on when Jacob came and wanted to marry Rachel. He tricked him into marrying Leah, and why wasn't Rivka's father involved? That's another good question. He doesn't seem to have been in the mix at all. Oh wait, yes he did. It says Laban and Bethuel, the father and brother, consent to Rebekah's marriage. The father's rare appearance here highlights his absence from what follows. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Why wasn't the father involved? He agreed to it and then just said, okay. What do you think, Marvin?
I don't know.
I think
I don't know.
I don't know. I was an only child, so I didn't have a brother to stand up for me or whatever. How about you married ladies?
My brother wouldn't stand up for me. I don't know.
Reba? Tara?
well, I'm an only child too. So.
Oh, well, so much for that.
I she was being smothered a bit by her parents, and she wanted to leave.
But not smothered by the parents, smothered more by the mother and the brother.
Right. Well, yeah, the brother was nasty. She wanted to get rid of him. She wanted to leave.
Well, we're talking about this is another brother, Bethuel.
Oh, well, I think she felt a little claustrophobic. That's why she said, "Yeah, I'll go."
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
I'll tell you a little story. I got married at my mother. The first time I got married.
wow.
I had to get the heck out of there. So I was happy to leave.
Yeah, me too.
And then when she meets Isaac, there's a midrash where she doesn't just get off the camel, she falls off the camel when she sees him.
Oh, wow.
So like she fell in love at first sight, I like to think. And he had the same basic reaction. He who is this girl? Reba says, yeah, she wanted to get out of there.
Get that guy to Dodge, yeah.
Okay, well, that's all right. We figured that one out. All right, go to the Aleinu. Yes, Ziona, that's another thing. They asked her. They asked her what she wanted to do. Well, let's bring the girl in and see what she wants to do. Susie said, I had 3 brothers, and they would have all stood up for you. How about your dad? Susie, what about your dad? What would he have done? Would he have said, okay, that's sure, you can go away with this guy we don't know, no matter how many gifts he brought, you know? Let me bring the chat up. Yes, it is. Ziona says it's precedent setting. Yeah. Okay. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, התת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשינו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. Ours is the duty to praise the all-sovereign, to honor the artist of creation who made us unique in the human family with a destiny all our own. For this we bend our knees and bow with gratitude before the sovereign almighty, monarch of all, the wellspring of holiness and blessing. And before I do the V'ne'emar, Susie says, Ziona says, my brother would have gone with the servant to make sure I was safe. That is an interesting. Yeah. Shall be one, and God's name shall be one. By the way, marriageable age in those days was roughly between 11 and 13. It was as soon as you had your first period, you were ready to get married. And that wasn't just the Bedouins and the Arabs and so forth. That was the Jews too. They married them young.
Rob the cradle?
Huh?
Rob the cradle?
Yeah, kinda. But they didn't consider that robbing the cradle. It was just, they married young. They still do. If you go, the first time I was in Israel, we went by a Bedouin camp, and we noticed all of, for instance, on the tents, they had TV antennas, and then there was one white flag that was flying. And the tour guide said, you know what that means? That means they have a girl who's probably 11 or 12 who just had her first period, and she's ready to get married. We don't do that anymore so much, but we do betroth very early. We betroth almost right at birth, practically. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. I am praying today for Jacob Mulabi's grandmother, Baruch Bar Miriam, Jennifer B., Michael Druck, Tamara Blecker, Ziona, and your dogs too, because that's what did you say? Shelby. Shelby is got to be wondering where Sonny is. Chava Bat Elsa, Maddie, Albert's granddaughter, Yosef ben Albert, Valerie Madison, Batya Malka Bat Perel Chaya, Menachem ben Menashe, Ada Bat Chanya, Roland and Judy Hansen, Shendel Bat Sharon, Hannah Bat Shendel, all COVID-19 victims, and all who are suffering from the Guillain-Barré syndrome.
Whatever that is.
And I'm going to start with Marvin. Do you have somebody that you want to pray for?
Francis Johnson, Myrna Sue Schimberg.
Okay. Who else? Al Clemens, Erev Tov. And do you want to say a prayer for someone who's sick? You, okay, absolutely. Ziona,
Gina, Bot Cindy, and Clarice Bow, and survivors of violence and of natural disasters, and those with COVID, and refugees.
okay. Tamara,
See, Lisa Posner, Bob, and Michael Druck, and everybody else who's been suffering from COVID and other disasters around the world.
and I'm sorry to hear that, Al, by the way.
That's terrible.
Reba, you're good, okay. Susan,
Dorothy, Marlene, Sarah, and Jean.
Ziona is also praying for Michelangelo Signorelli, who just got diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Mm.
Do you mind?
Amy,
Pam, Hazel, you and silly Mr. Bob, who I sent Dr. Pony over to fix him. Maddie, Albert Madison, Valerie Madison, Jesse, Marvin, Avi. Janice is going home from rehab tomorrow. Woo! Jeffrey, Kathy and Linford, Christine, family of Gary Petito, Kathy and Linford, Rabbi Nancy, Denise, Dawn, Mr. Pickles, Mr. Pickles' sister Frida, his brother Herbert, grandparents Brenda Lumpkin, Helena Koloff, Harriet Hems, Joanne and Richie, family of Rabbi Sugarman and Ziona. And I'll add Al's name to my list. Now my list is getting bigger, but that's
okay, have I missed anybody? Wait a minute, let's see. Oh, yes, okay. Albert is praying. Wait a minute, let me get it. Susie's praying for Evie Bourne, Jerry Romanek, and Albert is praying for Valerie, Aaron, Maddie, Trey, Amy, Mayo, Malcolm, Rose, and himself, Albert. And Ray is praying for Mark ben Rachel. Mark ben Rachel.
just. Oh, God.
May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit. And let us say, Amen. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us. May help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals the sick. And the mourner's Kaddish. Mort Saul died. Mort Saul is not. They call him a comedian. He's not really. He's a satirist. That's not SATYR. It has to do with satire. Sorry, I've been doing a lot of artwork and I've been doing a lot of Greek stuff, so couldn't help that. Also, Rabbi Monty Sugarman, who was one of the Beit Din rabbis at my ordination in 2012, and Harav Mordechai Reuven ben Amalia. And he's just one of the sweetest people you could ever hope to meet. And such a shame that he's gone. Although the actor Peter Scolari, who was one of the bosom buddies, not Tom Hanks, the other one, really good-looking guy, and died too young. Many do. And excellent, excellent actor. All the COVID-19 victims and all victims of racial violence and injustice. Susie is saying Kaddish for Linda Mason, Marilyn Hirsch, and David Romanek. And Amy. Are you saying Kaddish today, Amy? You want to unmute and tell me?
She's frozen. Is she frozen or is it me?
No, you. I'm waiting for you.
Oh, me. I'm sorry. April the giraffe, Robert Weaver, Scott Whitehead, William Caprack, my friend Beth, all those who lost their lives in Surfside, Florida, and Afghanistan. Gabby Petito, Pumpkin the hamster, of course. Alan Bennett, Neil, Joseph R. Hems, Colin Powell, Rabbi Sugarman, and Sonny Batsiona. Poor baby. Probably playing with my dog Sammy, I'm sure.
Okay. Tamara. Tamara. Where'd she go?
Here I am.
Right there.
Rabbi Sugarman, everybody that's lost their lives in Afghanistan, and all those who lost their lives because of injustice. And that's all I can think of right now. I'm just asleep. I got my booster today. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Anybody, you have anybody you're saying Kaddish for today?
She prays for everybody.
Everybody who has no one to say Kaddish for them. Marvin?
Colin Powell,
That was sad.
Fiona?
My mother-in-law, Catherine Swigert, and Sonny, whose Hebrew name is Shemesh Batziona.
Aw.
Alright.
Susan?
Rabbi Sugarman, just want to say he was part of one of the rabbis at my bet din. So,
Right, right.
yeah.
Hmm.
Al? Al is saying Kaddish for Elvin and
Hedwig Clemens.
Clemens. Okay, please stay unmuted and join me in the mourner's Kaddish.
Hey.
Yitgadal,
Yitgadash Merabah.
Be'alaman,
Haben lichmachute b'chaychon b'yomechon ub'chayt yid Yisrael ba'agala b'zman karim v'yimru amen. Shnei Raha Maya Yitbarach Yishtabach Say V'yitadar V'yitale Shemei Kudisha Brechu Ve'ela Mikoma Hutata B'shirata
Oh,
Tushbachata V'nechemata
Amen.
Amen.
Vish Shema Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'yimru Amen. Ose Shalom B'mamav Huya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'yimru Amen.
Extra dose of closing medication, please.
I love the noise of people saying it. And when rabbis started doing Zoom services, they didn't have a congregation to listen back to he Well, it was a woman. As she was hearing it, she couldn't hear it, and she didn't. It was hard for her to feel it. But I get a chill to hear all of you, so that's why I do that. Wait a minute. That's
Wait a medication, please.
May our right hand bring us closer to our godliness. May our left hand give us strength to face each day. And before us, may our visions light our paths ahead. And behind us, may well-being heal our way. All around us is Shekhinah. 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 Mimini, Michael, umismoli Gabriel, umilefanaי Uriel, ומאחוריי רפאל. מעל ראשי שכינה, מעל ראשי שכינה, מעל ראשי שכינה, מעל ראשי שכינה. All around us is Shekinah. 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 Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you. No, I didn't steal your bullshit clown nose. It came with my lovely boot. Yes, with a ton.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I just
Okay,
didn't do. Yes.
services are over. I gotta go have dinner. And
Yep. I gotta go eat dinner too.
Oh, God.
I already ate dinner.
Well, if you go to my
you all
Facebook,
need to do this every so often.
oh
You
yeah,
have to, because it's on my boot. Come on now. Mine doesn't beep. It's go beep beep, but it doesn't.
Okay.
well, if you
Laila
go to
Tov,
my Facebook page,
Erev
it's
Tov,
Pumpkin
Boker
Head.
Tov, wherever you are.
Yeah.
And I guess it's now almost midnight for Ray.
Oh,
Okay. Well, I gotta go fix
Love you.
dinner. Bye bye.
Bye.